Hey there. I want to talk to you right now today about the biggest myths happening in the real estate market. This is one of those cases, don't believe everything you hear. Talk to people who know the facts and can show you the data. Today, I'm going to break down three myths in buying and selling real estate right now. And I'm going to show you the data to back that up. So let's get started. So, myth number one, all get a better deal once prices crash. There are a lot of people right now who are under the assumption that the real estate market is about to crash. And I understand where this kind of idea comes from. Home prices are so expensive. People are saying to me, people can't afford these home prices. So obviously it's going to crash. And that's where the shortage of inventory really comes to bear. Think of it this way. If there are 100 people who want to buy a home and there are only 10 homes available, the people, that group of 100, the top income earners in that group are still going to be able to afford the 10 homes that are on the market. So the housing inventory shortage is hurting people on the lower income spectrum far greater than they are at the higher end. So there are still a lot of people out there that can afford today's home prices, even though they're really expensive. So don't get trapped in that thinking that just because home prices are a lot means that there's going to be a crash. Let's look at some other data too. This is national statistics going back to 2008. Back in 2008, that was just after 2007 is when a lot of the banks failed. And so 2008 was like the throes of the Great Recession. So back in 2008, nationwide, we had a 10-month supply of homes, over 10 months. Today, we have a 4-month supply. Well, what does that mean? So in real estate, we know if we have a 6-month supply of homes or less, that it's a buyer's market, or excuse me, a seller's market. I'm going to break that down a little further. 4 months or less, we're going to see home prices rise. 4 to 6 months of inventory, we're going to see homes stabilize. If we have more than 6 months supply of inventory, we'll see prices come down. That's definitely a buyer's market. So right now, today, we are nationwide. We are not in a buyer's market. We are in a seller's market. And we're right on that cusp nationwide of whether prices would go down or, flatten versus continuing to rise. I'm going to show you local stats here in a minute, but nationwide, this is the picture. Let's look at newly built homes. So back in 2008, we had 1.6 million newly built homes. Today, we have about 1 million nationwide. Think of newly built homes as think of real estate like musical chairs. Everyone's sitting in a chair, the music starts, you get up, you move around. That's people, moving up, moving down, relocating out. New construction is basically the idea of bringing one of those chairs into the game, adding a new chair. It gives somebody a place to sit and allows the shuffle to happen. So we love new inventory, new housing, because it allows liquidity in the market. It gives everybody a chance to kind of move around a little bit. If we don't have new construction, we don't have that liquidity unless people are leaving the area and we have population decline, which in the Northwest, we certainly don't have that problem. So going back to the next point of data, foreclosures. Back in 2008, we had 1.7 million foreclosures nationwide. Right now, that number is about 300,000. So it's just not even close to being the same picture as it was before. So this is why real estate professionals don't have any concern of a housing crash. Let's break this down. Let's go super local here and look at the 4-county region in the Northwest: King County, Pierce County, Kitsap County, Snohomish County. I took this chart and I went back to 2014 because I really wanted to show the last time it was a buyer's market. And if we can see in in Kitsap County, back in 2014, we had over 6 months supply in 2014. So that is the last time we saw a buyer's market in the 4-county area surrounding Seattle. Right now, today, we're hovering around that 3-month supply. And remember what I said, if it's 4 months supply or less, we will see home prices continue to rise. So we would need to see substantial inventory before it becomes a buyer's market. And we just don't We don't have that on the horizon. We don't have the new construction coming. We don't have a lot of homes being built in the area. So we just don't see that inventory changing anytime soon. So let's move on to myth number 2. So myth number 2, I won't be able to find anything to buy. And this ties into the housing shortage. So this one is an easy one to understand. So I'm going to look at nationwide. The nation data is telling a little bit different story than our local data, but nationwide, going back to the pre-pandemic years of 2017 to 2019, we're seeing more choices now than we did back then. So this information is from Realtor.com, and there's still fewer homes on the market than normal, but nationwide it's improving. So let's look hyper local again. Um, in King County, you can see we have just under 4,000 homes available on the market. In Pierce County, we're just over 2,000 homes. Kitsap and Snohomish is just bleak. There's just not a lot of inventory in Snohomish, so you can bet that Snohomish is going to stay a hot market with this just super low inventory. Let's move on to myth number 3. I have to wait until I have enough for a 20% down payment. This is the dangerous thinking. If you're waiting for to save 20% in a market where homes are continuing to appreciate, it can be almost impossible to save faster than home prices are going up. So, just for some context here, first-time home buyers are typically putting down about 6% nationwide. That's the average for first-time home buyers. You can purchase a home with far less down payment, and so the trick there is to be talking to some good lenders that can give you some idea on what that might look for you individually. Repeat home buyers, we're seeing them take their equity and they're putting down closer to 17%, but you do not need 20% down to buy a home. So I hope this information has shed some light on the housing market. We're here for you. Call or text 425-984-8013. Would love to chat with you one-on-one. Have a great day.